It's the Black Real Estate Dialogue. Tune in. Tune in. Tune in. Tune in. If you're someone who lives in an area where it's so expensive to buy real estate and you feel like it's impossible, then I have something for you. I just released a free guide that's going to give you the 8 steps you need to take to buy your first out-of-state property. I bought several properties out of state, living in California, investing in Ohio, and you could do the same. It's just a matter of having the right information. So click the link in the description of this episode to get your free guide today. I think I saw it on your Instagram post where it said Mississippi has the lowest average teacher salary. And
Right.
you've built up a portfolio of 65 plus doors worth over 5 million. And so the first thought that came to my mind is, how in the world did you do that? So tell us about how you got started.
Well, you want the detailed version or you want the short version?
We got time for detail.
Okay. All right. So, once again, I've been kind of in the music realm all my life. I'm a band director, professional musician, and I've been playing trumpet for the past 35 years or so. You know what I'm saying? So, I was like deep into that, and all about education and being a good teacher and being a professional musician. But there was always something in the back of my mind that, I don't know, it just kept on urging me to do something different, and then I got a hold to the whole, generational wealth and, legacy building thing that, people are talking about these days. And, it just, all of that eventually just led me into real estate. So, with that being said, how I did it on a middle school teacher's salary. So when I first started, I kind of wanted to jump in, I guess you could say, with some training wheels on. So my very first deal, I did it with some partners. So me and 2 of my best friends, we got together, we pooled our money together, and we bought a duplex here in Jackson. We paid $85,000 for it. We had to put $15,000 down, so it was $5,000 a piece. And that was kind of my way of getting into it. It helped to mitigate my risk because, I was putting a smaller chunk down, but then also I had some other people that I could lean on in case there was a problem, or, if additional money was needed or whatever the case may be. And so, yeah, that first property, went pretty well. We did a light rehab on it. And once I started managing the tenants and, seeing, the various processes involved with it, I was like, this ain't too bad. I can keep going. So once I did that first deal, I just really dove into content, listening to podcasts and reading books and going to seminars and meetups in the area. And it led me to I guess doing a house hack. That was my next deal that I did. So bought a duplex using actually since I'm a veteran, a VA renovation loan, where not only do they give you the purchase price or funds for the purchase price, but they also give you additional funds to rehab the property. So VA loans are 0% down. So that's one of the ways where I have been able to expand quickly, because I've been able to tap into various resources to buy properties with very little cash out of pocket. So I did a house hack. Thank my beautiful wife for allowing me to do so, and downsizing, because we were in a pretty nice sized house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and we downsized to a 2-bedroom, 1.5 duplex. It was 2 1.5 on both sides. I explained the vision to her. She bought into it, and she let me do my thing. So we actually house hacked 2 more times after that, and along the way, we did the house hacking thing, owner financing, buying properties in package deals, some subject to deals, where I was able to put, in some cases, nothing down. Pretty much, paying a seller like $500 just to take over the mortgage. Um, and so long story short, that's pretty much how I was able to scale so quickly, because a lot of the deals were done creatively. I didn't have to put a whole lot of money down, and I was able to take control of these properties.
Love it. Love it. A whole lot I definitely want to dive into. The first thing is, on your first deal, you mentioned that you had partners.
Right.
Now, for a lot of there are two sides to that. I think it can be great for someone who, to your point, wants to limit their risk and, as you mentioned, get some training wheels. Was it difficult for you to be open to partnership? Was your initial thought, you know what, I want to do it by myself? Or was it a little bit easier for you to be open to partnering on your first deal?
For the first deal, I mean, I had not done any deals. I had no experience at all. So, um, it was just, I just felt like it was just a good way to get started, and I hear a lot of people talking about how, partnerships go sour, and, saying that business partners are difficult to deal with. But, these are like three guys that I had known for over 20 something years. We are very, very, very close. These guys are brothers to me. Shout out to Johnny Fleming, Sherman Green. Y'all are the best. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I felt very comfortable with them because they were my best friends. We played in the band together, in high school. But they also are very entrepreneurial minded type people. So we were very, we were thinking on the same wavelength. So I felt very comfortable jumping in with them because, they're my guys. And then also, all of the other reasons I said, it's just some other people that I could lean on in case, we got into this thing and I felt like overwhelmed. But luckily that wasn't the case, and we worked very well together.
Love it. Love it. So a couple of things I want to dive into. You mentioned the VA loan. We've had a couple of people talk about that, but I don't
Hmm.
believe we've had anyone talk about the VA renovation loan. So can you
Yeah.
explain how that works and just some of the advantages of that program?
Yeah, so it's kind of like that FHA, the 203K loan, where, they give you the purchase price plus additional monies to fund the rehab. So it's almost exactly the same. You have to, the paperwork is very similar. You have to get a contractor bid, and they have to have a license. And, they have to provide a itemized list of things that's being done in the property. So if you can jump through all of the hoops to get that, all of the paperwork done, and the bank, it seemed like, man, you turn in one piece of paper and they want something else. You turn that in and then they want something else. But if you can stomach through all of that, it is a great product, to use. So kind of going back to my whole military thing, because actually one of the guys in my unit is a contractor. He's a roofing contractor, but they also do like a little bit of like remodeling and stuff. So I was able to get him on board with me, as far as preparing that scope of work, and preparing the paperwork, and them kind of working with me through that process, because it can be kind of long and tedious. But we he made it happen, and the property turned out very well.
Love it. Love it. And one thing I want to talk about is financing. So one
Hmm.
of the questions I had early on, and as I'm, preparing for the interview, is how in the world did this guy finance, and what did he do to scale up so
Hmm.
quickly over 5 years to over 60 units? You mentioned subject to, you also mentioned um, seller financing. So can you explain what those are, and just how those things have helped you to scale as well? Because a lot of people, they look at their salary, right? Whatever their career is, maybe they make below average for someone in their city like yourself.
Hmm.
And I would really want this episode to almost be a class for those people who maybe you feel like you don't make a lot of money, but we're looking at you right now. You can still invest in real estate. You can still scale your portfolio. It just takes some
Yeah.
creativity.
I mean, absolutely. So because I don't make a lot of money on my day job, I had to figure out alternative ways. I'm not some guy who had this big six-figure job making, you know, 2, 3, 400,000, and you know, they got a lot of disposable income. I just didn't have that. But what I did have, and you know, I guess you can call him my real estate mentor guy here locally, named Randy. He said, man, the biggest and the best asset that you have is your mind. So you cultivate your mind, you know, you educate yourself on how you can do certain things, and you know, sky's the limit. And you know, I really took that to heart.
What's up, y'all? Sam here from the Black Real Estate Dialogue podcast. Thank you so much for watching another episode. Definitely take a moment to subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Also, visit our website, blackrealestatedialogue.com, and follow on Instagram at Black Real Estate Dialogue. Talk to you soon.